Hi everyone, in this video we're going to go over Google Ads for dentists. This is meant to be a beginner's guide. I'm going to kind of cover some of the foundational stuff for understanding it, as well as some of the strategies that I use in order to get results for my clients. For those of you who don't know me yet, hello, my name is Dawson. I own a dental marketing company here in Colorado Springs. Really excited about this information. I hear so many dentists struggle with running ads, especially if they're trying to do it themselves. So wanted to make this video to kind of shed light on that, bring any help to someone that needs it, and yeah, excited to get into some of this information. Feel free to like the video, consider subscribing. I share content like this on a weekly basis, and it helps me out. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Now let's get a basic understanding of how Google Ads actually works. When someone types in something to Google, it's going to list a bunch of the options that Google has to offer or recommend for that person to go to in terms of websites. If you are into SEO, search engine optimization, this is all about getting to the first page of Google and near the very top of the search lists. Not a lot of people go past the first page for search results, so it's important to be on page one. However, with running Google Ads, the advantage of doing that is you don't need to do any work in terms of SEO. You will automatically rank above all the organic search results. So if someone spent 10 years building up their site, maybe they have a lot of SEO and they've done a bunch of content work and link building and have really been dedicated and disciplined in that, and they've gotten to the very first position in Google, what you can do is from day one, you can rank above them just by running ads. Another thing to note about Google Ads is you do not get charged based on impressions. You get charged by how many people click onto your ad. So Google could show your ad 1,000 times, and if no one clicks on it, then they're not going to charge you. Whereas on Facebook, you get charged based on how many impressions you get. Another advantage of running Google Ads is you can be highly targeted, meaning someone typing a root canal near me, you can write a very specific ad to that person. That's what makes Google Ads so effective. However, if you don't know what you're doing, Google Ads can be a bit of a black hole. You know, obviously Google is a business, so they will gladly take your money either way. But with some of the strategies that I'm going to share, you should be able to prevent from wasting money and be able to bring in the right types of patients when you're running ads. So how does Google Ads actually work? Google Ads is kind of built like an auction. You have different advertisers as the different bidders, bidding for those slots right above the organic results. Google looks for three things when it comes to this. They look for your bid, they look for what's called your quality score, and they look at your relevancy. Bid is probably self-explanatory. It's just how much money you're willing to bid for that specific keyword. And then your quality score is based on some different factors. It looks at how relevant your ad is to the people viewing it. They measure this by your click-through rate, or how many people actually click your ad when they give an impression. And then for relevancy, Google looks at your different extensions. They look at your landing page to see if you have similar keywords to what people are typing in into Google. Now, the reason that Google has your quality score and your relevancy as a factor in the auction, if you will, is because they want to show search results that are relevant to the people that are searching. Google has now prioritized that instead of just purely the bid itself. So you can have the highest bid out of anyone advertising, but if you have a very low quality score or you have low relevancy, then it's going to be difficult for you to rank above other advertisers, even though you're paying more for those clicks. Now let's talk about keywords. Keywords are considered the lifeblood of your account. If you don't have the correct keywords or the correct parameters, it's going to be really difficult for you to see any great results when running Google Ads. Now when it comes to keywords, you got to keep in mind that different keywords have different levels of intent. For example, someone typing in a root canal symptoms is going to be more in the discovery stage. They're maybe not as serious as coming in as someone that types in root canals near me. For that reason, different keywords that you bid on have different prices. An important thing to keep in mind when you're choosing your keywords is to figure out the different match types that you want those keywords to have. What match types are different parameters on how that keyword is going to show up in someone's search query. For example, if someone types in dental school and you're bidding on the keyword dental and you have it broad matched, which just means, if they have the word dental anywhere in the sentence, I'm going to bid for that slot. If they type in dental school and you have a practice, you don't have a school, you could be charged if that person clicks on your ad, which wouldn't be good because they have no intention, most likely no intention of coming in because they're looking for dental school and not a dental office. So you got to be a little bit careful on how you set your parameters up. So the different match types that Google has are broad, there's broad modified, there is phrase match, and then there is exact match. Now moving down from broad match to exact match, the further you go down, the more parameters, the more constrictions that you're giving to Google in order to show your ad. This is what I recommend, because if you do everything broad match and someone types in, let's say your keyword is dentist, and they type in, dentist salary, something that's not related to what you're doing or coming into your office, you're going to pay if they end up clicking on your ad. So I suggest using either exact match or phrase match in order to stop that from happening. One of the ways to prevent people from clicking on your ad that wouldn't be interested is uploading what's called negative keywords. What these negative keywords are a list of different words or phrases that someone would type into the search query that wouldn't be related for them coming into your office. For example, the most common ones that I see are school, salary, or jobs. If someone types in, dental school, salary, or jobs, they're not likely to come into your practice. And so this is a good way for you to kind of segment those people out of your initial traffic so that you don't have to pay for them to see your website, your landing page, and B, are people that would be not even interested in what you have to offer. Here are some of the tips that you can use in order to succeed on Google. One of the biggest thing about Google Ads is real estate. Now, believe it or not, how much space you take up on the page really does matter. If you take advantage of all of Google's extensions, if you max out all the character limits for headlines as well as paragraphs, you're more likely to get clicks because you just take up more space on the search page. Another great way to be successful with Facebook ads is to have really strong copy, really strong words or phrases that people will see that will compel them to click on your ad. When creating your headlines or your copy, you can be really specific and speak directly to the patient's pain point as they're scrolling down looking at the different options. If they need a root canal and you mention you have walk-in appointments or same-day appointments, little keys like that, trying to keep in mind what someone would be thinking about when they're scrolling down Google can definitely help you out. Another key to running Google Ads is competitor analysis. It's important, especially before you start even creating ads, is kind of get a feel for how many other people are advertising in your space. It might be good to look at their headlines, check out their websites, their landing pages, and kind of see what you're up against. It's important to be different. It's important to stand out. So doing that on kind of before you even start making your ads can really help you down the road. Another tip to having success when running Google Ads is to have a relevant landing page. Now, Google actually looks at the landing page that you have set up in order to see if it's relevant to the ad that you're running. So it looks for specific keywords that you have in your heading, your paragraph. So make sure you have those keywords in there. So when Google looks, you have a higher relevancy score. If you want me to run ads for your practice, I do have a link in the description below. It's going to be a Zoom call with me. We'll sit down, I'll hear more about your situation and see if it's something I can help you out with. If so, that's great, we'll work together, but if not, that's totally fine. At least you made a friend. If you enjoyed today's video, feel free to like it. Consider subscribing if you want to see more content like this. And until next time, I will see you later.